Alright guys, welcome to this video. So this video is basically a quick start guide on starting with Scala and Akka. Let's quickly go through the required tools before we begin. First, make sure you install the SBT tool. Go to here, scalasbt.org. You can download it here. Choose your platform and the version. I use this to install it. And also make sure to install the Java SDK, for example on this page here. JDK java.net 11 is the version. You can just install the latest version which is available. Just go here and open JDK archive. Here are several versions to download. I have installed the 11. My development environment of choice is this one here, Visual Studio Code. Just go here, code.visualstudio.com, choose your platform and just download and install it. So let's quickly check that I have everything installed correctly. I check the Java version. Alright, it's working. And SBT version. Alright, so Java and SBT is installed. Let me make a directory. Scala Akka. And here I can start Visual Studio Code. And now you see the Visual Studio Code IDE. To code with Scala and Visual Studio Code, I recommend installing this extension, the Metals extension. This is the webpage of the extension. And you can install it here in Visual Studio Code under Extensions. Just search for Metals. And you see I have already installed it. And once you have installed it, you see this icon here on this left bar. Basically, this extension provides all the quality of life features like autocomplete and go-to definition. Here we see all the descriptions of the features. To have it working, make sure that you have the Java home environment variable set. Alright, let's get started. You see this button here, New Scala Project. Just click on this and you can choose which template to use. So basically you have a variety of templates available and you can choose one to generate a project. I want to start with Scala and Akka, so I choose this one. And where do I want to have this project? I want to have it here, Scala Akka. Okay, and I named this project Akka Scala Seed. Okay, I'm fine with it. So now this extension is generating a project for you. Do you want to open a new project in a new window? Yeah, sure, I want to. I can close this one. Okay, and now we have a new Scala project with Akka. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have this build SBT file, and this is the dependency file. We have Akka Actors here, Akka Actor Test Kit, and as well as some other stuff. So we have all the required dependencies which we need. Also we have here the source code, the Scala. We have one Scala file. And you see we have an example project. We have the main class, which starts something, and we already have example actors for the Akka framework. And also we have a test class. The SBT tool is able to generate projects for you with templates. This Metals extension gave us a button to quickly start a new Scala Akka project. Alright, let's check the main class again. And what we can do is start a terminal here. And we just type in sbt run to run this project. Oh, and you see here, this is the output of the project. So it is compilable and runnable. And also what you can do is, if you play around here a little bit, you see the main class here, and you see those little buttons. You can run and debug this if you want to. So let me basically put a breakpoint here and start debugging. Alright, and you see the breakpoint is working. And I can check here, I can go here in the debug mode and check all the stuff which I need to analyze and run it. Keep running. Okay, so I can run and debug it if I want to. And also let's go to the test class. I can also start and debug the test class if I want to. Let's see how the output is looking like. The test has passed. Alright, looking good so far. Okay, now it's time to start hacking. Of course, we would like to start with our own ActorSystem. Let's go to the main class and delete everything what we don't need. Okay, I don't want this one. This one. This one. Also, let's delete this and this. Okay, let's get ready to get started. So basically, Akka is a reactive framework. It relies on the reactive manifesto. And we have actors, and these actors, they communicate via messages in an asynchronous way. Let's say we would like to implement an order system. That would mean we would like to have an order actor. We just do so by defining an object. And let's say I call it order processor. And it's a good practice to define the messages within the order processor or within the actor. For that we can define a case class. So case classes in Scala are basically immutable objects. We have an order and it contains several members. Let's say it has an order ID. It's an int. Let's say we have a product. You can do it as a string. And also a number. The number of ordered products. So this will be the message which will be sent to the order processor. And this order processor actor, it needs to implement a method. We need to define a behavior. Let's do this. Def apply. We define a function. And we must assign to this function a behavior. Behaviors. We have a behavior of type order. And behaviors. Let's say receive message. There are several receive methods, but receive message is the most simple one. Let's say you receive a message and we do this by telling we got a message and we need to define what to do with it. Let's say I want to print this message. And also what we need to do is we need to have an advice. Behaviors, same. Alright, I need to get rid of those parentheses. I need to tell to string. Alright. Now that means we have a behavior method. It receives orders. And we just print out the message in string form in the console. So this line here is an advice to reuse the previous behavior, avoiding overhead to recreate behaviors. Alright, now we got an actor. This is the main actor. This is the main entry point for our actor system. And we can start using it. And we can do so by creating a variable called the order processor. And it's of type ActorSystem. It will contain order processor orders and Let's do this, the processor, and we name it orders. Okay, and now we have bootstrapped our actor system. This is the entry point for our orders, and we can finally send some messages. We can do that by this, then the bang operator. This is the bang or the tell operator, which means this is an asynchronous non-blocking call. So that means fire and forget calls. Order with the ID 0, and let's say we have a jacket, and we have 2 jackets. All right. Need to make sure that I import it correctly. And this line fires a message to this actor. I can do some more if I want to. Let's say here we have another order with the ID 1. We have sneakers 1. We have socks. And probably like an umbrella. 3 pieces. And let's just start this one. Click on run, and we see that we don't have this print line here. I don't see it in the console. That's strange. Let's place a breakpoint here, and let's start it with a debug mode to make sure that this actor is actually called. Alright, looking good. The message. We have ID 0, number 2 jacket. We have another order, ID 2, socks. That's looking good so far. I'm gonna stop it. Alright, let's go back to the actor. We have another option to receive messages. I can say I just use the receive method, and in the receive method I also have the context. This is the actor context, which I also can use to do some stuff. And the rest remains the same. I can do this. Let's say the context. I can use the logger, and I can log in info mode. I want to log out the message here, remove this printf, just place it here to string, and then I can run this again if I want to. Let's see how it looks like now. Alright, and you see now I see the log output. Actually, I made a mistake before that. I can do this print line, print out the message to string. And I should also see this one. Let me try this. And there you go. You see the log output and the print line output in the console. Let's just keep with the logger output. Okay, I would like to further extend the order processor. I can use also another method here. I would like to set up this. And with this method, I only have the context, no message. And also I can do this. I need to provide the message receive behavior. Receive message. And here I will get the message. I can place it here. So this is basically the same as before, only the difference is the creation of the behavior is deferred until the actor is actually started. Let's run it. Yeah, and as you see, it's working quite the same. So basically the setup method here is used at the outermost actor. Since the order processor is our main entry point actor, we can use this. And now I would like to extend the order process. Let's say we have an order, it is being processed, but after the process a shipment must be made. So let's create another actor, the shipper. And the shipper will also get a message, a case class, which is a shipment. Let's say it has an order ID, a product, and a number. And here I also have to implement a behavior, apply behavior of type shipment, behaviors, and I will just use receive. I want to have the context and the message. I also have to place the advice here. Behaviors, same, context, message, context, log, and also logging out the message here. Message, fixing the typo. And what I need to do is I want the order processor to send a shipment to the shipper. And we can do that by using the context here. And we can spawn a new actor. And we can spawn an actor of the type shipper and name it shipper and assign it to a variable shipper ref. And you see what we got here is an instant of the type actor reference. So we have an indirect reference to another actor, and this actor can be in the process or on another machine or whatever. And we can use this one and also apply the bang operator and send an order, a shipment. That's this shipment ID, product, and number. Make sure that it's imported correctly. And I would propose to start it in debug mode. Let's make a breakpoint here and here. Let's start it in debug mode. Alright, we see the first order has arrived. And also a shipment has arrived at the shipper. Let's run it in normal mode. Okay, and you see here we have several orders and we have also shipments of the orders. So now here we have established a asynchronous message communication with the actors. The first entry point is our order processor. We receive an order. The order is being processed, and then another message is being sent to another actor, the shipment message. And this shipper is taking care of the shipment. And let's quickly check if this is running with the SBT tool. Let's turn off this one, kill this process here, and start it with SBT run. Alright, it's looking good. Really, really good. Okay, let's further extend this example. Let's say I want to have a notification when a shipment has been made. That is, when the shipper has finished, it must send a notification message. And for that, I define another behavior. Let's say it's notifier. And of course it has a case class, notification, a notification say it has an order ID of type int, shipment success of type boolean. And of course we need to implement the behavior. Behavior of type notification. We receive a message and of course a context. Behavior is the same, and the only thing I want to do is print out the message. And we can do the notification a little bit differently. Let's say our order processor, it spawns the notification vector. I made a mistake, notifier. And I name it notifier. And what I can do now is I can tell the shipper to notify this actor here. For that, I'm going to extend the shipment message, and let's say it also contains a reply to. It has a reference to an actor of type notification. And for that, I must insert this actor reference of type notification into the shipment message here. And now I am telling the shipper to notify to this notifier. And the shipper, it has the message and reply to, bang operator, and sending the notification. Order ID and shipment was successful. So now we have a chain of actor communications. The first entry point is the order processor. The order processor receives an order. It processes the order, sends a message to the shipper, and tells the shipper to reply to this notifier. The shipper is processing the shipment and notifying with a notification message to the notifier, which is a reference in the shipment message. Let's start it. Let's kill this process here. I would like to do this again in the debug mode and make sure that the notification message is being received here. Debug. And as you see, order 0, shipment success true. And now you see all the outputs, the bunch of orders, shipments, and notifications. Let's try this again with the SBT tool, SBT run. And there you go. So we have covered the basic stuff of Akka and Scala. Let's now quickly check the test case. Go here in the test case, and you see we have a bunch of compile errors. That's because I have deleted everything of the example project. Let's get rid of this. And you see the test case, it writes a greeter, replies to a greeted. And of course we would like to implement our own test case. Let's say we would like to isolately test the shipper. A shipper must notify to notifier. And you see you can have a test probe let's say we have a test prod of notification, and the system under test is our shipper. And what we want to test is, we want to send a message to the shipper, and the shipper must reply to the notifier. We are sending to the shipper a shipment message. Let's say it is an order with ID 0. It has a jacket 1, and it must reply to this notifier. Import the shipment correctly. Then we can do an assert on the reply probe. We can assert that a notification has been sent. Let's say notification. The order ID is this one here, the 0. And the shipment must have been made successfully. Alright, no compile errors. I can just simply run this test. And you see the test has passed. And that's looking really good. Now let's do a final check. We can also run the test with SBT. SBT test. Now it's taking a while. And you see the test has passed. That's it, guys. Alright guys, that's it with the Scala Akka crash course. Hope you liked my video. If you want to learn more about Akka, just go here, doc Akka.io. There's a lot of more stuff to learn. Check out my other videos and give me a like.